And today's lesson is child found dead.
Today we're going to talk about this killer Edomite and his raggedy girlfriend who allowed this bastard to kill 8-year-old Israelite prince. Let's get to it.
The story of what happened to 4 young brothers in a West Harris County apartment is horrific and heartbreaking. But it's important to understand what happened so everyone can recognize the signs and hopefully be able to rescue other children who are having to suffer the same nightmare in silence.
This case involves a man accused of beating his girlfriend's children, killing one of them, while the mother's accused of failing to protect her boys. Lauren Tallarico is asking the tough questions tonight about how these children could suffer for so long without anyone noticing.
You know, the more we learn about this investigation, the worse it gets. Tonight, we're about to give you an inside look into the lives of this mother and her boyfriend. But first, we have got to warn you, what you're about to hear is upsetting.
Getting high is not for everybody.
These videos and pictures you are seeing are from the public Instagram accounts of Gloria Williams and her boyfriend, Brian Coulter. Scrolling through, they showcase jewelry, food, and he talks about getting drunk or high repeatedly.
I smoke mad weed, I drink mad shit, man, look. I just do my fair share of things.
Today in court, as Gloria Williams stood before a judge, prosecutors said her son told investigators Coulter's drinking led to the abuse.
He stated when the co-defendant would drink beer and alcohol, he would get very strong.
Investigators with the Harris County Sheriff's Office say the boys were beaten, locked in rooms, and malnourished, forced to live alone in the same apartment with their 8-year-old brother's remains. Court documents say Coulter beat little Kendrick Lee to death in front of 2 of his brothers just before Thanksgiving last year.
Striking him in the face, feet, buttocks, back, his legs, and testicles with closed fists and feet. He stated his younger brother's eyes were black and that he stopped blinking during the assault.
On Sunday, the 15-year-old, seen blurred here, called 911 and this hell was discovered.
In my long time of working homicides, this one's up there. You know, this one affected us.
We saw soiled carpet, no furniture at all. No bedding, no blanket.
Sheriff Ed Gonzalez also says the apartment was infested with bugs and the 10-year-old had a broken jaw from about 3 weeks ago that he needs surgery to correct. Investigators also believe that 2 of the boys are on the autism spectrum. As for why the teen waited so long to call 911,
I believe it was absolute fear.
Investigators say the mother would drop off junk food. Neighbors say they too would provide food but had no idea what was going on inside. Alief ISD confirms the kids hadn't been in school since May of last year, and there were no CPS investigations open, according to the agency, although they had a history with the family.
So as we see here, Brian Coulter murdered this 8-year-old precious little Israelite prince. Let's go ahead and get into this story. Let's read the article. Read.
A Texas mother and her boyfriend were charged Tuesday in the death of an 8-year-old child whose skeletal remains were found Sunday in an apartment near Houston, the Harris County Sheriff said. Earlier Tuesday, officials said the death of the child whose remains were found in the apartment where 3 other children were staying was a homicide. Brian Coulter, 31, faces a murder charge, and the boy's mother, Gloria Williams, 35, mother. Boyfriend arrested after child's skeletal remains found in Texas apartment. The mother of the 8-year-old, who had been dead for a year, and her boyfriend were charged days after the discovery near Houston Sunday.
So we see here that this young boy's body was discovered in an apartment in Houston.
Faces charges of an injury to a child by omission and tampering with evidence. Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez tweeted in an update. More details were not immediately available. Coulter and Williams were in custody, and the sheriff said it was not immediately clear if they had an attorney. The sheriff said more charges are expected to be filed. The child died from homicidal violence with multiple blunt force injuries, according to the county's medical examiner's office. The Harris County Institute of Forensic Sciences A spokeswoman with the office said Tuesday afternoon medical personnel had not positively identified the remains.
Now, right here it says the child died from homicidal violence with multiple blunt force injuries. Look at that. Homicidal violence. That means that the violence that was put on this little boy is defined as killer violence. This is what this Eve, and by the way, it hurts my tongue to even associate this monster woman as an Eve, as an Israelite. But the fact is, I want you guys to know this clear. There are two types of Israelites. There are Israelites that are in the truth, the 1/3, the elect that are going to be going to the wilderness. You're going to be tried by fire with Yahawashah. You're going to pass underneath the rod of Yahawashah to be with Yahawashah. You guys are the elect, and you're going to be going to the kingdom of heaven. You can only pray to be the elect because you do not know if you're going to be the elect. Everybody else is the 2/3. This piece of crap nigga bastard woman is going to be part of the 2/3. She ain't gonna make it. She let that dog, her pet, allowed her pet to kill her son. That's her boyfriend. That's her boyfriend. That is not the father of those children. Fathers, you need to be in your kids' lives. If that bastard woman keeps you from your kids, go to court. Will you take her to court? Take her to court so you can charge her with child support. Take it from her. Chances are you're the one with the job. You're the one with the stability. She's the one that's messed up. Take them kids from her. Stop letting her have the edge, because all they do is turn your little kids into gays, gangbangers, and losers. Or they wind up getting them killed by these Edomites or some raggedy nigga. Now, let's spend a little time talking about this Judah, this Eve, Gloria. Let's talk about her.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 16. Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret. The
Lord right here said in verse 17 that the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. You got discovered, you bastard. Give me the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 3. Let's find out about these black women, the children of Israel, the real children of Israel. Judah, read.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 3. Even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel like the ostriches in the wilderness.
Look at what the Lord says. It says even the sea monsters draw out the breast. Even a sea monster breastfeed their kids. Hey, this lady was ordering food from another address. They said that the kids looked like they were younger than they really were because they were malnourished. The daughter of my people. This is what the Lord is saying about his people, the children of Israel. It's become cruel. How many times did you see people in the interview say, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. When you see cruelty to children and when you see cruelty to animals, it's heartbreaking. And what does the Lord liken our women to? Like the ostrich in the wilderness. Well, can we find out about that ostrich? Let's find out about that ostrich. Give me the book of Job, chapter 39, verse 13. Read.
The book of Job, chapter 39, verse 13. Gavest thou the goodly wings unto the peacocks, or wings and feathers unto the ostrich, which leaveth her eggs in the earth and warmeth them in dust. And forgetteth that the foot may crush them, or that the wild beast may break them. She is hardened against her young ones, as though they were not hers. Her labor is in vain without fear, because God hath deprived her of wisdom, whether neither hath he imparted to her understanding. The Most High is comparing Israelite women to the ostrich. They don't care about their offspring. They would easily crush them and not give a care. This woman allowed this Edomite man to come in and murder her son, her Israelite prince, and she didn't even care. She actively hid the murder and stayed with him, even though he also was abusing her other children. She didn't care about them. She was in love with Esau so much. She was so happy to have any old Esau in her life. She didn't care about her Israelite princes that she had with Israelite kings. You had to be punished for what you did.
Ready.
These videos and pictures you are seeing are from the public Instagram accounts of Gloria Williams and her boyfriend, Brian Coulter. Scrolling through, they showcase jewelry, food, and he talks about getting drunk or high repeatedly.
I smoke mad weed, I drink mad shit, man, look, I just do my fair share of things.
It said, a nation of fierce countenance. Look at this guy. He's a warrior. You see that? Fierce countenance. And he did not give a damn, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. Did he care about that 8-year-old? What did it say? Homicidal force is what it said.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 56, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and towards her son, and towards her daughter.
See, right here it says, her eye shall be evil towards her husband, towards the husband of her bosom. Watch this. And towards her son, and toward her daughter. Did she have an evil eye towards her sons? Yes. She allowed mayhem and death to come to her son. And if you don't believe that we're not supposed to be making marriages with them, I'm going to prove that in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 3. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 3, neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Prove all things. Prove all things. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Watch this. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son. Do not give your Israelite daughter unto the other nations, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. So for you niggas who love going after, especially you NFL football players, love getting you Shedemites. The Lord said, nor his daughter shalt thou take. Today, we just went over this story pertaining to Brian Coulter and Gloria Williams and how they abused our Israelite children. But all praises to the Most High that he discovered Gloria Williams' secret parts. They were arrested and they will not see the light of day for a long, long time. And with that, shalom.